Okay, so this is my second part of the video for op-amp tips, and in this case it's only asking us to find the output. This is similar to the word problems that I posted on Blackboard, except instead of drawing all the circuits I wrote. For example, this is a difference amplifier. So if I asked you what is the output of a difference amplifier with R1 equals 1K and R2 equals to 1K and R3 and R4 equals 2 with inputs 2 volts on the Vin negative and 5 volts on the Vin positive, that's the circuit I'm thinking of. This is a summing amplifier with inputs 1, 0, and 1. Actually, this here is a digital to analog converter. So this is one of the ways you can implement for if you guys are taking 231. So it's or you have taken EC 231, you have learned the basics of digital to analog, and this is one way of doing it. But it's a summing amplifier. This guy here has the -3 on the positive input, so this is a non-inverting. I would like you to recognize all these. And this here has an input, whoopsie, I didn't put anything here, huh? Let's put something. And this is a, I don't know, 2 volt input here. This means I have a power supply here that's giving me 2 volts. And this has a power supply with -3, and each one of these means there is a power supply there. This, however, is an inverting amplifier. For each one of these configurations, I have a video figuring out the formula, the V out over V in, and I don't expect you to have to derive those formulas, but I expect you to remember them. For example, the gain here is 1 plus RF over RI, and the gain here is minus RF over RI. For the second exam, you will have to show that you remember those. So a difference amplifier, turns out it's 5 minus 2 times the gain. So I'm going to say the output is going to be the input on the positive side minus the input on the negative side times RF over RI, which is 2. So it's 3 times 2, it's 6 volts. This guy is really a combination of negative, of inverting amplifiers. And when it's 0, I don't worry about it. But this guy here, this first input has a gain of -1. So it's going to be -1 volt times 1, I guess, plus 1 volt times -4. So the output here is going to be -5 volts. If you were truly doing a digital to analog conversion, you would make another inverter here. You would add another inverter to go from -5 to 5 volts. So, and we know that 101, so this is really 101 is 5, right? This being the least significant bit, this being the most significant bit, MSB. Now for non-inverting, this -3, the V out will be -3 multiplied by 1 plus RF over RI, which is 3. So the output here is going to be -12 volts. And for the inverting, the output will be the minus RF over RI, which is the same thing, times the input, which is 2. So the output here will be -6 volts. So you see here it inverts the sign, and here it does not. If it had been 3 volts, then it would be 12 volts on the output. I hope this helps you with my questions online. If there is too big of a disconnect between what I'm saying here and those in-class questions, please post comments or post on the discussion forum Blackboard.